How to Feed a Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
Monsieur Loon.
Oh, yes, Monsieur Loon.
How'd you like my French accent?
That's very nice.
It was really, really authentic, wasn't it? So guess what, folks? We're cooking French today. Oh, my gosh.
French is my favorite cuisine.
I
well,
know.
so Tex-Mex is, well, they're all my favorite.
Yeah, there's really pretty
Asian,
much.
Italian, whatever.
But I tell you, French, I mean, the French were foodies
Yes.
before being foodies was cool.
Yes.
I'm telling you, they know how to do
butter
it.
and some milk, all that wonderful.
Let's tell them what we're doing.
Yes.
We're doing our beef bourguignon.
Bourguignon.
Bourguignon. I can never say it
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Bourguignon.
you always do that Pink Panther
I know.
accent.
Does your dog
Dog
bite?
bite.
That is not my dog. Anyway, beef bourguignon is beef
so
burgundy, and it is
wonderful.
just heavenly. It is, I think, quintessential French cooking. So let's jump right into
Let's
this.
do it.
Okay. All right. So first of all, you're gonna need a vessel that you can saute in, and then also cook in the oven. So a Dutch oven like this, I'm gonna turn this down, is perfect. Anyway, we'll get to this in just a moment. But what we're gonna start things off with is some bacon. Now in France, they would probably be doing what's called lardons, which are big old pieces of slab bacon. But
so
here,
we tried to mimic that.
yeah, you can get thick cut. I just got some applewood smoked bacon.
Look at that deliciousness.
Which you cut it into little pieces, and then I just toss it into my Dutch oven or your pot over medium-high heat, and then just cook it like you're cooking bacon until it gets nice and crispy. It's going to render all that delicious bacon fat that we love, and then you're going to use a spoon just to fish it out, put it on a plate with a paper towel, and then there it is.
You're going to add.
Okay, and now we're getting to the beef.
You keep the grease, everything in there.
Yeah. You're going to keep the grease because we're going to cook the beef.
Yes.
The beef. And now this is just a chuck roast.
Look at that.
Like 2.5 pounds. Do not go and buy an expensive piece of meat because this is going to braise, it's going to slow cook, and that meat is going to become fall apart, melt in your mouth tender.
Yes.
So what I did was I got, like I said, 2.5 pounds. I cut it into just nice big chunks, salt and peppered it liberally all over, and then I put it right back into the pot where the grease, or where the bacon was, and there was a little bit of that bacon grease. Cook that until it gets nice and browned all over, and you're going to probably most likely need to do this in 2 batches, which is no problem. Okay, so what that does is it just sears it and it kind of locks in that flavor, and then we're going to slow cook it. Okay, and then we take it out and place it on
this
platter.
lovely platter.
Now we're going to add some vegetables. We've got you may need to add, if the meat has soaked up all of that bacon grease, but it's going to render a little fat too, so you're probably okay. But you may need to add a little more olive oil. But we're going to add in 2 onions that have been just roughly chopped. They don't need to be finely chopped, and then like 3 large carrots that I've diced. Now I like for them to be kind of like a nice large thick cut. When you're sauteing them, you're going to saute them for about 5 minutes until like those onions almost literally start to caramelize, just a little bit. They turn kind of nice and brown.
So good.
But anyway, the carrots, you leave them nice and big and chunky. And if you ate them right now, they'd be kind of tough. But believe me, when they slow cook, they get super soft. And then we add 2 cloves of minced garlic to them, and just like let that cook until it gets nice and aromatic. Okay.
I love it.
And this is what we got. I got a little from cooking all of that. I got just a little bit of that yumminess at the bottom of my pan, but that's okay.
That's just gonna get all up in there.
That's right. It's good stuff. So now we are going to do something really fun here in the whole How to Feed a Loon kitchen. You're going to want to stand back because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes,
so now,
and if you're doing this at home, make sure you have some sort of utensil, like a fire extinguisher or something to put out, just in case.
So we're going to do what's called flambé.
Yes.
Flambé. So this is a 1/2 cup of good quality cognac, and I'm just going to pour this in. Now, if this is already hot, so it may flame a little bit from right off the get-go.
Right.
And you don't have to do this, but it's so much fun.
So much fun.
Now, I'm always telling you, bring the kids in and have them help. Don't do it on this one, okay? So get it with one of those long matches, or I can already smell it.
All right.
Or something like this, and really stand back, okay?
There you
Wesley,
go.
this thing is so.
There you go. Here.
There we go. I've been telling Wesley we need to get a new one of these things
You just
forever.
need a strong finger.
Oh, well,
and
that's...
your trigger finger's
I know. I have that thing called trigger finger. Anyway, so you see how that's just flaming like that?
Gorgeous.
I mean, let me tell you, if there's one thing we know how about, it's flaming. Okay, so we're going to let that what it does is it just imparts this incredible flavor. It cooks off, obviously, all the alcohol. And
this just reminds me of we took a trip to France, a few years ago, and we took one of those river cruises, and the food on that river cruise was amazing. And one of the things they made was a beef bourguignon.
Yes, yes.
And so I love the fact that they do that whole, actually they did it in front of you.
Yes.
And it was like, yay!
It was incredible. And the thing that we said as we're letting our flame die down is that the French take food and eating so seriously that you just can't, it's like, you walk into any restaurant and it's going to be excellent. We never had an experience that was like not good. And when it's really good, it's like transcended. Okay,
yes.
So now
all right,
we're
the
going
flame has died.
The flame has died for the moment. The flame is out, but it's not done. It's work, whatever. I'm trying to make a really cute analogy there. Okay, so we're putting the beef in there.
Yes,
where's the beef?
bacon.
Okay, and then the bacon. That's wonderful.
Oh,
now what we're
Lord.
going to do. So you want to get this dish is really well known in the Burgundy region of France. I hope I'm correct in that. And so you just want to get I recommend getting a good French wine. You can get a Burgundy, you can get a Bordeaux. We love cooking with Côte du Rhône. I always have to do Côte du Rhône. It's a region.
The Rhône Valley area.
It's in the Rhône Valley area. It's fruity. It's delicious.
Yes.
It's usually a blend.
They're known for their blends, and they're just delicious.
It's great.
Yes.
Now you could also use just a good bottle of red wine is going to work. You could do a Cabernet, a Pinot Noir would work.
Yeah.
But
use a French wine
let's
because
do French.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to be making beef bourguignon, then you might as well go all the way and do French. Now we've got 2 cups of good quality beef stock or beef broth until basically that covers the meat. Okay. So now we're going to.
Wow! Look at that burgundy color.
I know.
Wonderful.
That's why they call it beef burgundy. Okay. Anyway, this is just a tablespoon of good old tomato paste. We're going to do a little trick a little later when you're going to see that's going to thicken this a little bit.
Yes.
And then we've got a tablespoon of fresh thyme. And now we need to add a little salt. So actually, this takes a decent amount of salt because there's quite a bit of liquid there. So I do 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and then a teaspoon of black pepper.
Yes.
Oh, it's heavenly.
This is like a French beef stew kind of thing.
It's similar.
No potatoes, though.
No potatoes. It is. It's. I have a hearty beef stew on the blog where I use red wine.
Yeah, you throw some wine in
and
there.
it's super delicious. But this has just that distinct French taste to it. Okay, so now I'm going to cover it. It's important that the pot that you use has a lid because now we're going to do a braising process, which is just that meat is going to slowly cook in that liquid and become so tender that it's going to just like fall apart.
Wonderful.
So I have my oven preheated to just 300 degrees, and it's going to sit in there for 3 hours and do its trick. And then we got a few.
And then the house starts smelling amazing.
It's incredible. You're gonna like at a French bistro.
I love it.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, this smell, does it not take you back to Paris?
It's unbelievable.
It's
it really
just
is.
incredible.
All
Okay.
right, it's been 3 hours, y'all. Oh, and it smells heavenly.
Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we all get to reveal this, view this together for the big reveal.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Okay, that looks amazing. Look at that. Look at the beef is just so. I mean, it's literally
just gorgeous.
Fall apart tender. That is just incredible. Okay, folks. But now I told you we're not done. We're close. We're real close. So we are going to add some wonderful additions to this.
Yes.
Beef bourguignon.
Look at these bad
These are
boys.
beautiful mushrooms. So let me tell you what I did. While this is baking, while it's braising, just get a nice size skillet like this. I put just a couple of. I started out with a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter. Melt that, and then I added a pound of just white button mushrooms. These I like them kind of large because I like them kind of chunky. You could leave them whole, or you could slice them, however you like them. But I just I put those in there, and you know they're going to start out dry, and then they begin to release their liquid. If you feel like they're just staying too dry, then you can add a little more butter. I added actually another tablespoon of butter. I also added a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, just like a tablespoon of that. I just put a few dashes in, just for added flavor. And then when they get nice and soft like this, it takes about 10 minutes. Then I just hit them with a little salt and pepper.
Perfect.
Okay,
Those
and
look
so
great.
now those are going to go into
the party.
Oh my gosh, the French. I don't know. I mean, there's something in the genes over there that they know how to make amazing
they
food.
do.
Okay, now these are just some pearl onions. Put as many as you like. I like about a cup of them. You could put more if you just really are crazy about them. And what we are going to do, I'm going to turn this on. We need to let this come to, sorry, I'm fighting with my stove here. We're going to let this come to a simmer for about 15 minutes and then it's done. Now we're going to do, you've seen us work with thickeners before. Well, this is a French technique. And of course it involves butter.
Butter!
You know, it's French, so of course it's called, but what it is, it's called a beurre meni. I'm sure I'm butchering the pronunciation, but beurre, which is like butter, and it's a thickener. So all I did was I started off with, make sure your butter is soft. So I started off with a couple of tablespoons of softened butter, maybe 2.5 tablespoons. And then to that I added 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And then just, I use like, I start off with a fork and you may feel like, oh my gosh, there's just too much flour here. Keep working it. It eventually gets incorporated in there. And then I usually finish it off with a spoon and you'll get this like this right here.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like like a paste. And then that's just gonna, it works as a wonderful, amazing
that
thickener.
Looks so good.
And it starts thickening like right off the bat. Isn't is that not just look, I mean, can you imagine?
I can't.
Not eating all of this in one sitting. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna let this simmer, and then typically this is served, you can eat it like, you know, by itself, but it's really good with egg noodles that have been like buttered, which we'll show you in just a moment. Or you can even do it with rice, and I see some people,
mashed potatoes.
Some people do it with mashed potatoes, but okay, we've got a simmer here, so we're gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes, and then it's eating time. Woo. Oh, I have never been more excited to eat something than I am. I'm telling you, do you get the sense that we love French food?
Yes.
Okay. So, like I
said,
said,
look at these wonderful noodles.
Beautiful egg noodles. So you get yourself some what they call extra wide noodles. I don't know, they're not that wide. I don't know why they call them extra wide.
Yeah.
I'd be offended if I was that noodle. Who are you calling wide?
Exactly.
Anyway, so what we did was I just boiled. It depends on how many people you're serving, but like a half a package, and let it go till it's al dente. That's usually for these about 12 minutes. And then in nicely salted water. And then what I did is you just get a bowl and I put about 3 tablespoons of what?
Butter.
Butter. You could use olive oil, but these are buttered noodles, which is typically what you serve them with. And then you just let the heat of the noodles melt that butter, and then you hit it with a little salt, and that's what you got.
Yeah.
So now we are just going to...
And I'm filling up half of the bowl because the other half's going to be some beef bourguignon.
Oh my gosh, Wesley, this is like ridiculous.
I know. I don't know what I'm always like, should I use a spoon with this or should I use a fork?
I know it does. Like we said, it does kind of have that feel of beef stew. I made a little bit of a mess, but
that's all right.
Oh my gosh,
I'm used to it.
You guys, every time we do this, I always feel guilty. Like I wish we were all together, because this is really a special one. And I hope you see that this is something that you can make at home. There is nothing more satisfying than when you make a French classic dish like this and it's just so good. It makes you feel really good.
Look at that.
That's an award win. Well, you haven't eaten it yet, so.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Are you going to eat?
You're
folding laundry.
Yeah.
We've got more.
It's the French laundry.
Well, there's more important things to do than that.
Oh, look at that, you guys.
Wow.
Oh,
and that meat, I'm telling you, it is just because the slow braise. It just.
I'm just gonna get a little bit of everything in here.
Okay. Maybe you should have got
that
a spoon.
meat. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the beef. The suspension. The suspense. It's a suspension of disbelief is what it is. Is it incredible? Is it mind-blowing?
It is très magnifique. Wow! Wow! Oh!
Would you say bon appetit?
I'd say, you better eat that.
Give me some more.
Unbelievable. The taste, the flavor is out of this world. You taste almost every aspect of, you taste that richness of the wine. You taste the beef has been slow braised. I mean, braised for hours.
I know.
And then just the vegetables.
And then the wine. I mean, it's transcendent. I've used that word before, but this time it really is.
I could curl up right into the.
Well, don't. Do you need a gurney?
Unbelievable. unbelievable. That is 1,000% gluten-proof.
Oh my gosh.
You told me I need a gurney. Yes, give me a gurney.
It's so good, I need a stretcher. After I eat all this, I'm going to need a stretcher. Okay, look at that big old piece of meat. Oh my gosh.
It's so
fall apart tender. And those mushrooms.
I'm fine.
We're just sitting here talking and eating. Y'all are like, could we move along?
The depth of flavor is amazing. It is so wonderful, you all.
And you saw how we did it. I mean, it just is so incredible.
I can't eat, I'm a little flustered how wonderful it is. You can get this recipe on howtofeedaloon.com.
We're going to start crying. Go to our social media, like us, share us. If you do anything...
And I love these little pearl onions in here, too.
I know. They're little...
little nuggets of surprise.
I know, they're so great. If you do anything, friends, you should really try and make this because you will be so happy. And serve it to the people you love.
It's not hard. I mean, there's a lot of components. It's just not, it's not hard.
It takes some time.
Yeah. It's so great.
Just like we've taken up half of your day.
Yes.
So anyway, we love you so much. Be safe.
Be safe. Hug your loved ones.
Yes, eat French food.
Eat French food and go to sleep.
Yeah, take a nap. Do like the French do, and then take a nap.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys. Now, if you want to be a part of the Loon fun, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you won't miss a single recipe.
That's right. Oh, and speaking of recipes, if you want another amazing recipe like this, then just click right here.
Yeah, click.
Click.
Subscribe.
It's so much fun.